You have to take driver's education because you want to. You can't do it for your mom. You can't do it for your dad. You have to do it for yourself. Consistency is really important. Once you get through your segment one and segment two, if you sit home and don't drive, you won't have enough experience to properly maneuver through proper situations. It's extremely important that you are successful when you drive. And success comes from practice. Success is not luck. Good instructors are passionate, they're patient, and they have a ton of energy. I'm one of those people. I've been doing driver's education about 23 years, and it's really important that you connect with your teacher, you connect and understand what they're trying to do. Good instructors will start you in the parking lot. You're making some right turns, you're making some left turns, then you'll start pulling into some stall parking spots and angle parking spots. After you successfully make those turns, they'll get you in the neighborhood. You'll make 12 to 16 right turns, 12 to 16 left turns. I like to work on parallel parking also. Every instructor is a little bit different in their approaches to driving. So you want to ask, hey, what are we doing today? What is the goal of the lesson? And every instructor is a little bit different. There is a shortage. I have to tell you this. There is a shortage of driver's ed instructors. What does this mean for you? It means you got to be really patient once you sign up for drives. Every state and every province is a little bit different in terms of getting the driving. You have 6 weeks to get your driving in. If you're taking adult lessons, it's a little bit more casual. They'll come to your house, they'll pick you up, they'll drop you back off. You want to make a series of right turns, left turns, making protected left-hand turns, unprotected left-hand turns. That's with the green turning arrow. Also, you really want to work on great speed control. Speed control is very important. A lot of beginning drivers tend to drive 5 to 7 under the limit. I've had a few to drive 5 to 7 over, but normally they drive at the speed limit or a little bit under. So it's really important that you and your instructor get a game plan and talk about what you need to do. I like to make a customized training plan for my students so they can be super successful. Those things are super important because you want to have confidence. You want to have consistency. Oh, I'm going to give you a driver's ed secret. You want to wear a thin sole shoe. I'm not sponsored by Converse, but Converse are very good shoes. A lot of beginning drivers wear those really hard sole Nikes that are really thick. You do not want to wear really thick shoes. You want to wear shoes that are comfortable, that you can feel the gas pedal and the brake pedal, and you want to feel extreme. You want to be consistent. And when you're consistent, you will feel confident, you will feel consistent, and you will feel safe. So consistency is really important. Next, you want to start building trust with your instructor. If you trust your instructor, you're going to be super successful. You'll feel good after every single drive. What does a good drive feel like? You feel safe, you feel consistent, and you feel extremely comfortable when you're out there driving. Driving can be very overwhelming for a beginning driver, for intermediate or advanced. For instance, if you go into downtown Chicago, downtown Dallas, downtown Detroit, it can be very overwhelming by the hundreds, if not thousands, of drivers coming into the metro area, leaving out of the metro area, none of whom are patient. Everyone is impatient. So usually good instructors have a route that they take you on instead of a series of right turns or series of left turns where you can really feel good about yourself and be consistent. And you always want to allow room for error. You never want to force a student driver out right in front of traffic because what's going to happen? They're going to hit the brake instead of the gas. I've had it happen to me and my students before. So you've learned to give them time. You want to teach them to look left. You want to teach them to look right. And keep your turn short. You want to turn into the nearest lane because that facilitates a smoother flow of traffic once you're turning into the nearest lane. So consistency is important. I want to talk about roundabouts. Roundabouts happen all the time. And roundabouts are nothing new here in the United States, but more and more communities are turning those busy intersections into roundabouts, which reduces the likelihood of a crash. So you want to yield to traffic going into the roundabout, look and check, and then you want to get in the proper lane. If you're going straight through, there's no need of a blinker. But if you're making a right or left, you want to signal your intention before you get in, and you don't want to switch lanes in the roundabout. Some other tips: don't rush. There's no bad time to drive. I like to see my drivers drive after rush hour because traffic is not as intense. It depends on what you want to get from driver's ed. Do you want to learn quickly? Do you want to take your time? Do you want a chilled environment? Anytime after about 6 o'clock, things are more chill, people are more relaxed, they got home, they got their chicken, they got their toilet tissue. But then after that, now you can really focus. Night driving is a whole new experience also. I have a lot of drivers just really lose sense of direction because they're not used to driving at night. They're literally drifting off the road. So you really have to teach your student how to drive properly, how to drive safely, and it takes time. And if you take your time and look through my content, and look at my shorts, look at my videos, you're really going to pick up some subtle tips and nuances to help you pass your tests, pass that segment 1, pass that segment 2. So I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you. If this brought you value, give it a thumbs up. Bye.